It's time for a change.
I'm telling you right now, this is gonna skyrocket.
Enough with the suits.
Warren Buffett? More like Little Miss Muffet.
This is the digital age.
Transfer my money or I swear to...
The power is at your fingertips.
I'm up $2,000 today, and I kid you not, I've got no clue why.
Welcome to CorTrades.
All right, how about 3,500 today? Yes, the old 7%er. I kid you not. Is this embarrassing? I literally was brought to tears of joy just like watching the market today mid-morning. It was truly something of a miracle. So we theorized this. We were talking last week. We're due for one of these. Is it going to carry into tomorrow? We're going to be posting this right before the bell tomorrow here on a Wednesday. So let's hope. I mean, we were due for one of these, and my God, it was one of those where just everything and their mother were up, 5% and up.
Yeah, I mean, it's just absolutely insane. Where did all of this buying pressure come from?
Right.
I texted you yesterday, and I was like, if the market doesn't bounce here today or tomorrow or Wednesday, I think we're fucked. And thank God it bounced today, and it bounced hard. I think most of the day the NASDAQ was over 4%. I mean, This was one of the biggest days I've ever seen in my life.
So finally, we had read for, it felt like weeks, just, bond yields, this, tech sell-off, that. And it had been, I mean, we had a great end of January, and then the whole month of January was fantastic, November to January. Then from then until now, right, hopefully we could sustain more than just this. It's just been kind of a slaughter fest. It's just been holding here, occasionally having a good day there, but more red days than not. But we're back, so we get some more profits back. I do want to talk about so you mentioned you freaking out a little bit. We'll play a little game where, first of all, we've talked about what whales are, right? I'm going to ask you what percentage, I guess let's get this answer out of the way. What percentage, like your whale, right, Austin, is Opti? Like what percentage gain on a stock would you consider like, holy shit, that's my whale pick. That's my pick.
Are you saying what percentage gain like in one day or like?
I would say overall.
I'm trying to get to be like, that's a winner. I want to be over like 500%.
Okay.
Which is like 6x, I think.
All right, so that's a good one. And then so we'll also play like what would be the opposite of a whale, like a donkey pick. But so I'll give you some plays. So I never lose money on stocks because I don't sell unless it's just a total dud. I don't sell until we spike and we come back. So I'm going to kind of test your holding method here, Austin, by going through some of my donkeys and see whether you would have sold or not. Okay, but let's talk about some whales that a lot of people hit. GameStop, oh my goodness, up over 200 at 300. It's creeping back to that high it hit in January. AMC earnings are today, Wednesday. Is this going to be incredible? Like, I think they got a lot of cash from when it spiked, and they're like, holy shit, they went from thinking it was like, it was like something sent from God. They went from thinking they were a bankrupt industry, and then all of a sudden retail investors give them this cash, and let's see what they're able to do with it.
Yeah, was that after the bell tonight? Like that just happened?
It'll be Wednesday.
Yeah, I mean, shit, I didn't even know that. I mean, that could fucking triple tomorrow for all we know. I like AMC. I wish I jumped in at 550 when I was thinking about it, because if Amazon buys it, that's going to be so cool to have Amazon own AMC. Like when you walk in, they're just going to have a lot of high tech shit, I feel like. And yeah, that stock can fucking skyrocket if it gets bought out.
Kind of to that point, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm holding BlackBerry, which is the worst stock I've ever put on my portfolio. Like, it's embarrassing watching it every day. But what if Amazon bought it?
Worse than Build-A-Bear Workshop?
Oh, I finally got out of there with a profit, but that was an embarrassing one there. BlackBerry, like what if they got purchased by AT&T and all of a sudden they have the sickest phone, or some other company that rivals Apple? Like, what if it just took some innovation? So I don't know.
So, I mean, The duds, I mean, I'm in a lot of volatile stocks, so even if they drop 50, 60%, I'll hold them. But BlackBerry, I have to say it's a dud. I mean, how far can you go with it?
Well, I'm glad to hear you say that because I was going to slowly start it like, okay, easy down 10%, obvious hold 20, 30. So yeah, my worst one is BlackBerry down 50%. Yeah, I literally am down $700 on BlackBerry.
Because it's a stock you have no faith in, like
No.
long term. Like, what are they gonna do?
And I got suckered in. AMC's up here. I'm down like 200 something bucks on that, 40%. Bed Bath and Beyond. That's
What'd you
another
buy
dud.
AMC at?
I think I got in on the crazy day where it hit 17, maybe even 20 bucks.
24, I think.
Yeah, so we've just been getting smoked there. SNDL update that rallied. Yeah, so just kind of a Tuesday recap of how great it was. Mentioned my portfolio was incredible. I mean, just like looking at like the 10 percenters in a day are like holy shit. And we had DocuSign, XL Fleet, Fastly, XPEV, Square, AMC continues to rally. SNDL finally 18% today. Tesla's back 20%. But the crown jewels, Mara 29%, and you already know CAN up 50%. What do I do? It's like your Opti, it's taken over my portfolio.
I mean, it's just crazy looking at all the numbers right now. I haven't even gone through them. Tesla up 20% is the most insane thing ever. It just goes to show how volatile that stock can be.
Right.
I mean, what is it, like a $600 billion market cap? 20% in one day is ridiculous. And yeah, Mara and Riot, they needed that. For some reason, they were bleeding yesterday, even as Bitcoin was going up. I was talking to my brother about it. We're like, what the fuck's going on? This is bad. And then boom, 33%. Dude, it just goes to show you that nobody knows when the market's going to go up or it's going to go down. I mean,
Right.
when we went to bed last night, we didn't think, oh, Tesla's going to go up 20% tomorrow.
No.
Like, where did this buying pressure come from?
And Tesla, so you mentioned how much market cap can swing, especially for Tesla. They lost like $1 trillion because they were getting slaughtered since January 27th. And because they made that huge investment in Bitcoin, and Bitcoin ended up getting hammered back down too. But we talked about this last week, and we were a few days early when we were theorizing, is this the last time Bitcoin's at 50? The answer is yes, because now it took a couple more days than we predicted, but it's at 55 and rising now, and the original high was 57. I think we break that this week as long as we keep up with the bullish theme here.
I have been watching a lot of crypto YouTube videos. I mean,
Yes.
too much. And I'll tell you what, they're giving me a lot of faith. They're making me want to take out my money in the market and put it into crypto because I follow this guy. He's like this super nerdy guy that probably has no friends and he's like super analytical and he's pulling up these charts.
Right.
And basically, he's saying that we have a lot more room to grow in this market cycle. Crypto goes in these cycles, and I think we have until about late September before it hits its peak, and it can go really high. Realistically, he's saying Bitcoin could probably go to 200 max. He thinks it'll probably go a little over 100 just in this cycle. And Ethereum could reach 8,000. It's almost at 2,000 right now. And the thing with Ethereum is that as Bitcoin just stays level, Ethereum goes up. So I kind of want Bitcoin to just stay at that 55 for the time being, so Ethereum can kind of skyrocket.
Right.
Because I have more money in Ethereum than I do in any stock and any other crypto.
Well, that's why I'm like kind of sitting on these rapidly growing CAN profits, Canaan, because it's a Bitcoin company, Bitcoin mining company,
Yeah.
which is out of China, and it's actually fascinating how they create Bitcoin, which is solving mathematical equations, and that's a whole nother mind fuck that you can get yourself lost in a rabbit hole on. So that's why I'm just watching CAN grow. I have 125 shares. I turned $200 into $3,500.
You
Uh,
did?
those are my two whales. You mentioned you want 500% or over to consider a whale, right? The elusive whale. Maybe we'll get a sound for that. My two, Canaan, 1,600%, 200 into 3,600. And I'm still holding it.
1,600%?
Yes, 1,600%. And then the other was Square, which I basically traded when it shot up $100 recently. And interesting news about Square. The CEO of Twitter, the creator of Twitter, Jack Dorsey, is also in Square, like it's his company. And news for Twitter is they're auctioning off as an NFT the first ever tweet. And then I saw that the whatever the auction is going to be on that NFT, it's going straight into Bitcoin. So like that's the next company, Square, Twitter. Slowly, all these companies are entering Bitcoin, and that's why we saw obviously the retracement, but it's still hitting that level where it keeps bouncing back up.
Yeah, I think the cool thing about Ethereum is a lot of these NFTs are selling on Ethereum. They're this huge platform, and I think Ethereum is super underrated.
Yeah.
I'm shocked I'm not in Riot Mara or CAN. How did you find what should we call it? Canaan?
Canaan, yeah.
How did
Well,
you
it's
find it?
so it's funny because New Canaan was where I was born. But, and this was where I jumped in with a couple of these. This was a 2019 IPO that just got slaughtered by the coronavirus. So it debuted at $12, traded as low as $1, and I jumped in at $3, and it's at $28. And I think
Dude.
you mentioned your brother Aaron Platts, who jumped in at Mara's another one of these companies that recent IPO got slaughtered by the coronavirus. Now they're seeing insane growth, and he jumped in kind of similarly early then to a low level stock that is now in the 30s, 40s, etc.
Yeah, Aaron got in at tomorrow at like $2, I think.
Yes.
And it's at 36. And he got into Riot, I think, at like $4. It's all about finding them before they boom. But I'll tell you what, crypto, while we're on the subject, it's gonna have a lot of retracements, whether it's 20%, 30%. There might even be a 50% correction, but I think it's gonna spike again after that
I know.
before it hits its peak. And then once it hits its peak, we're gonna be in a bear cycle for like a couple of years.
Okay.
So if you're not in it, maybe get in it. I don't know, but be prepared to be on a roller coaster. I mean,
Certainly.
really be prepared to be on a roller coaster with any of these stocks too these days, because to see Tesla go down to like 500 something and now it's almost at 700 in one day. It's it kind of makes me sad, honestly, looking at all these stocks up so much, because it's like if it could have just waited like another week, I feel like I could have gotten into some of them. But now it's like, do I jump in or do I see if it drops again?
I still don't think it's too late. Remember, I've been saying that I think I've got Tesla hitting 1,500 by April. I do think it hit that low RSI level, and now it's going, dude. So I use TradingView, and obviously I use Schwab now. Schwab does this thing. I don't know if I mentioned it, where it rates like my stocks. And like, so some of these stocks where I'm waiting for this growth, like it'll be like, oh, this is an F. And then it's like, okay. And then as soon as I make money off of it, they switch their rating to an A. I'm like, yeah, no shit, geniuses.
They probably rate the risky ones Fs no matter
Exactly.
what.
Yeah. So that shit pisses me off. But that's what's funny is we're the new generation of traders. So I got a buy of the week for you. This is an IPO releasing today, Wednesday, right? Roblox. Have you heard of this? Ticker symbol RBLX. So it's basically like a gaming platform that has so many users, like a gaming platform like Fortnite. Like people are just using this platform. They have so many engaged users, subscribers, etc. Digital gaming platform. I don't know what it's going to take off at tomorrow. Like, I don't even know. Like, I've seen some crazy numbers associated with this company. Highly anticipated IPO, March 10th here on a Wednesday. I think
What
I'm
is
getting
it?
in.
What is it?
So it's like a gaming community, a gaming platform that basically
Oh,
has the platform and has the capability to house hundreds of millions of users at one time capability.
So I've never really researched too much about IPOs. I mean, do you just buy it open? Aren't there some people that get to buy shares before the public? Like,
Hmm.
and by the time you can even buy them, is hasn't it already hit its peak? Like, have you ever gotten in on an IPO?
Some two that I got in, DoorDash and Airbnb, I treated like a swing trade. So I probably DoorDash just got recently smoked. They're very volatile. Like, oh my God, they'll sometimes be up 20%. DoorDash had a great recovery day today. Airbnb's been a solid investment for me. So yeah, I think I'm going to get into it tomorrow, but you said it. I'm going to get into it sometime this week. I'm interested to see how much it'll be trading at. Buzz had a great day today too, up 4%. Pretty decent for an ETF. But
What's DoorDash symbol? Is it dash?
Dash, yeah, you should check out. It was crazy. Like it opened up really high, and then someone said, "I think this company's trash." That's what I hate when analyst comes out. I was like, "This company's trash," and then it tanked, and then it all of a sudden spiked and it doubled. It went up to 200, and then it just got slaughtered again. Now
Yeah.
it's back up. And
It's
I love
probably,
DoorDash. I use it every like fucking day.
I'm a big 180-day chart guy. And I mean, looking at it right now, it looks super undervalued. I'd have
Yeah.
to research it a little more, but um, I lost my train of thought.
Sure, but on rope. So I think again, I don't know if I'll get
Oh,
in it tomorrow because it will be inflated. Bumble, which just had an IPO, same thing happened to that. Shit, that CEO like made bank from what that debuted at in his first week. Now it's kind of retracing. So I think I'm getting in.
I speaking of buzz, it's almost like too safe for me, I feel
I
like,
know it doesn't get the juices
because
pumping.
it's going down 0.5% one day. Today is a huge day, but like this is rare.
Yeah.
I might have to sell like half my position and put it into more volatile stocks because I'm trying to get some
Yeah.
returns. You know what I mean?
No, that's what I'm saying. We're trying to be on yachts by the end of the year. Here's something I heard that was exciting. So I mentioned SNDL had a pot stock, right? So it had a great kind of bounce back today. I'm up over 100% on my return there. But for people who got in late, that had a nice day, up 20%. I saw some guy say that it's going to be $20 in 2 years.
What is this?
SNDL Sundial Growers. When I got the one I got in at 50 cents on.
It's $1.40. You
Yeah,
think- I
I,
mean, dude, think about these stocks when pockets legalized. Do you
that's what
think
I'm
that they'll
saying.
like? Do you think they'll like 20x in a
That's
month?
that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I think the plan is. In 2 years, it's going to be more and more states. Um, that's what. Just think about what if we got in at McDonald's, like when their stock was like, we're just now discovering the whales that our parents got rich off the stock market, right?
Here's the thing. We know these stocks are gonna be huge one day, but it's the battle with yourself in, do I want to wait and wait and wait for this to boom? Or do I want to try to find these little guys to boom in the meantime? And it's so hard to just sit and wait for these guys, but it's like we know that they're going to be huge. And
Right.
then we look back and say, why didn't I put money in there? I knew it was going to boom. I just knew it. And it's like it's just goes to show that people are so emotional with their money.
Yep. And it definitely gets better with I would say again, you and I have been trading for a full year now. Most of the people that are listening to this have been doing it for like a month or like I remember my first trading a month in, like I'm laughing at myself thinking about it. It's like, oh my God. But again, you just get more and more savvy with the more and more you pay attention to it, the more and more you practice it, et cetera. And you take learning periods. Don't take it again, you can't, we say this all the time, don't even though I cried tears of joy, don't ride the highs or take the two lows too seriously. But good
Yeah,
day.
I would seriously recommend just watching some YouTube videos on like people that really know what they're talking about when it comes to like market cap and the valuation of these stocks, because they just know everything and they're just willing to spread their knowledge. It's crazy. And I learned that they tell people so that they can get credibility,
Yeah.
which in turn makes them more money in the long run. It's not like they're just trying to like skeet you. I mean, there are some people that are trying to skeet
Are
you.
you talking about Ben Pryor? I think I saw that same
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. You saw that TikTok?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's a great
he's
guy we
cool.
follow too. Yeah, on TikTok. Yeah, he's a guy just doing it like trying to show like, hey, I'm trying to help people get money. Like I'm not trying to
Right.
there's a difference between trying to show you like this is awesome and trying to, hey, pay me this money so I can, scam you.
Look out for people that are like genuinely just trying to teach.
There are some good guys and some bad apples.
But it's funny because have you seen the TikTok where it's like for my first time trading, like you get in as it goes up and then it immediately drops. You're like, fuck, I gotta get out. And then it goes up. You're like,
Yeah.
what the fuck game are we playing?
That's literally what happens though. Last thing again, this is CorTrades. We're recapping a great Tuesday, posting this on a Wednesday morning, hoping that we continue this solid bull market. Do you see Warren Buffett is in on Verizon? And the only reason that caught my eye is because that's trading at like $50. Like he recently got into this, I think, over the winter. And I'm in on AT&T like for the last 4 months. This thing has not gone below $29 like dollars or above $29 in 4 months. I like think I made like $20 or something. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm selling.
Is it like your dividend? Does it give like good dividends or
Bingo.
something?
Yeah. So I made some dividends, but it's like, thanks for the $5,
Dude, I can't play with those stocks. Like, it's just so boring. It's like I'd rather just invest in gold. You know what I mean?
Right. So to your
Um,
point, that was one of those where I was like, shit, I want to free up some cash to buy Roblox tomorrow. I'm selling this shit. And I think AT&T is actually kind of screwed. One, what if Verizon just takes over or another company, ends up overtaking them? So I felt like it was a good time to get out, but damn, I lost my train of thought.
no, that's interesting that he bought Verizon. I mean, I
Right.
thought AT&T kind of ruled the phone verse, but I don't
Oh, and AT&T owns DirecTV, so I was like, cord cutting. I think I'm going to get out, especially because
know.
the NFL is basically going to Amazon. So, like,
True.
that could tank. That could be one of those companies that goes bankrupt.
All right, let's give our predictions. Do we think that when we record Friday, the market will be higher than it is today or lower than it is today? I guess
Oof.
this is coming out on Wednesday, but we're recording Tuesday night.
I'm going to say we're going to have a solid Wednesday. I don't know. I'm on the fence guy right now. I think there's going to be 2 more good days and 1 bad day, right? Usually lately the trend has been we've had a decent Friday, whether it be in the morning, afternoon, just before the weekend. But I don't know. I think we just have been getting crushed for a couple weeks now. This is going to be a solid week.
Yeah, I don't know. This blip, I would say, almost seems like disingenuous, if that's a word. It's
Yeah,
like almost like how is this even possible?
it's deceiving.
I think it's gonna go up tomorrow, and then I think it might hit hard again the next couple days.
Well, so you know what I think is going to happen to your point there too is like, so we hit a point where like the Nasdaq was. Speaking of predictions, I saw someone say the Nasdaq will hit 16K by the end of the year. I think it's at like 13K, 14K now.
I could see it.
Yeah. So it's like going through a price breakthrough point. So a lot of our stocks were super high, and then all of a sudden we had a couple of red weeks in a row. Now we're getting back up, right? I think the highest I made was 56K in my portfolio. And then I went all the way back down to my original number, like when we were as low as low. Now I'm back up to 53. So could I break through 56? And then that's when the crash is coming. That's when the retracement's going to come. Once the market breaks through its new high again, then it's going to retrace back down. And it's all about how much you want to hold, if you want to take some profit there, if you don't, which
That's
companies you believe
crazy.
in. Yeah.
That's crazy. You were up 7% today and made $3,500. Like, what if you would have missed today, like on
Needed it.
accident? You
Yeah. If
know,
I had gotten out when I got my nuts kicked in the other day.
yeah, I I hate saying it, but I kind of just hope it goes down one or two more times so that I can get in because now I feel like it's gone up so much today,
We're
but
back.
um I'm rooting for it and we'll see how it goes.
We'll workshop some ideas for what we want to do with this too with CorTrades. If we want to have some people on, some guests talking their portfolios, some buys of the week from guests, and other segment ideas, etc.
You know what we could do is we could have a competition,
Yeah,
and we could pick a stock every week, and we'd have to pick a new stock every week and see who goes up more.
I love it. It'll be like that'll be like kind of a swing trade,
Yeah,
plays of the week, and then we could do plays of the month too, a little bit
we could
longer.
play the year.
Play the I love it. Great way to wrap it up. CorTrades here on a Tuesday night, posting on a Wednesday. Let's keep it. Everyone loves a great day on the market, and we certainly had that. Austin Platts, I'm Dylan Corbett. We will talk to you at the end of the week. Let's keep the momentum going.